Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the heart of the home, the kitchen. You know, it's a space with so much potential, but let's be honest, it's also a minefield of really expensive mistakes. So, we're going to break down the most common errors to help you build a kitchen that actually works. Okay, let's just get right into it with this quote. The designs look good on Instagram, but a kitchen is a place where you are supposed to cook. And that right there is the core problem, isn't it? It's this huge clash between the super clean, minimalist look we all see on social media and, well, the reality of daily cooking, especially when we're talking about a Ghanaian or an African home. So the big question is, how do you get both? How do you get the style and the substance? All right, first things first. Let's talk about the absolute foundation of your kitchen, storage. I mean, how you decide to store your pots, pans, and plates, it might seem like a small thing right now, but trust me, that single choice is going to impact your daily life for decades. So, your first huge decision point is going to be drawers versus cabinets. And look, I get it. Cabinets give you those clean, sleek lines that look amazing in photos. But functionally, oh man, they can be such a pain. You're always bending down, kneeling on the floor, trying to reach into those dark back corners for that one pot you need. Our source here makes a really powerful case for drawers instead. Yeah, they're a bit more expensive up front, no doubt, but the accessibility is just a total game changer. You just pull it out, and boom, everything is right there, visible and easy to grab. It's one of those choices you will absolutely thank yourself for as you get older.
Okay, but let's say you're set on cabinets, maybe for the look or for budget reasons. Fine, but here is a non-negotiable pro tip. You have to insist on soft close hinges. It's such a small detail, but it completely elevates the feel of your kitchen. It gets rid of that loud slamming sound, and it just signals quality. Whatever you do, do not let your contractor skip this.
Now, what's really cool here is the strategy behind how you organize all this stuff. It's all about thinking about your future self. So your daily use things, cutlery, your favorite spices, they should go in the easiest to reach lower drawers. No question. The things you use maybe once a week, they can go on the lower shelves. And that top shelf, way up high, yeah, that's for the stuff you only pull out once a year. Like a fufu pestle, you know, that big mortar and pestle for traditional dishes. It's just a simple, smart system that respects the fact that our bodies change as we age. And listen up, because this is important. Your kitchen cabinets are a major investment, and you have got to protect them. The number one enemy of wood is water. Even a tiny bit of moisture from spoons and forks you put away in a hurry, over the years, that can cause serious, serious damage. So the source here recommends a simple 3-step defense. Line the bottom of every single drawer and cabinet with a plastic liner. Use trays and compartments for your cutlery. And make it a house rule: nothing, and I mean nothing, gets put away wet. Okay, so we've got storage sorted. Let's move on to the real heart of the kitchen, the work zone. A few smart choices here aren't just about making your life easier. We're talking about your family's safety and the longevity of your home. Now, this is a big one, the great debate. Induction versus gas. Our source argues, and pretty passionately I might add, for induction cooktops. And reason number one is just safety, plain and simple. There's no open flame, which is a huge deal if you have kids running around. I mean, the cooktop literally won't even get hot unless there's a pot on it. And beyond that, think about it. You get to skip the whole hassle of buying gas, waiting in queues, and dealing with those crazy price hikes. It just ends up being a more modern, safer, and way more convenient choice. And this quote, wow, it perfectly illustrates one of the most common and damaging mistakes people make. You might be so tempted to install a beautiful set of wooden cabinets right above your cooktop, you know, for easy access to your spices. Just don't do it. All that steam, all that oil, all the vapor from your cooking is going to rise up and just slowly destroy that woodwork. It's a mistake the source actually admits to making and says they deeply, deeply regret. So what do you do with all that steam and all those cooking smells? A lot of people think the answer is to buy a super fancy, expensive heat extractor. But our source basically calls these things oversold and overrated. The much better and honestly more effective solution? It's just good old-fashioned design. Prioritize putting big, functional windows in your kitchen that you can actually open for natural airflow. You know, even the little details really matter, especially around the sink. That whole area can become a cluttered, wet mess so fast. Just doing something simple like installing a dedicated holder for your sponges and those silver shine scouring pads can make a huge difference. And here's another tip. While those built-in soap dispensers look super sleek, the warning here is that they can be really finicky and they break all the time. Sometimes a simple, reliable standalone dispenser is just better. So getting these little details right can really help with the daily flow of your kitchen. But what about the single biggest design choice of all? The one that affects not just the workflow, but the smell, the sound, the entire social fabric of your home. This brings us to what is probably the most passionate argument in this whole breakdown, the case against the open plan kitchen. So here's the crucial question. Is the open kitchen this modern dream we all see on TV, or is it actually a smelly, impractical nightmare? Especially when you're cooking with the powerful aromatic spices you find in dishes like, say, contomere stew, that delicious Ghanaian spinach dish. I mean, when the smell of peppers and onions is filling your entire living room and clinging to your curtains, yeah, that dream can fade pretty darn fast. And look, this isn't just a matter of opinion. The source actually backs this up with some pretty powerful data. They ran a survey with their community, and this included Ghanaians living all over the world, in the US, the UK, everywhere. The result was absolutely staggering. An overwhelming 99%, you heard that right, 99% said they prefer a traditional closed kitchen, with 4 walls and a door. So that begs the question, if almost nobody wants them, why are developers still building so many open-plan homes? Well, the source offers a pretty compelling theory. It's just cheaper, plain and simple. Fewer walls, less tiling, simpler electrical work, it all saves the developer money. So this whole trend might not be driven by what homeowners want, but by the bottom line of the construction companies. All right, let's wrap this up by going through a few final, quick-fire details. They might seem small, but trust me, they can have a huge impact on your day-to-day kitchen experience. First up, handles or no handles. The preference here is for a minimalist, handle-free design. Think about it. It's often cheaper, there's nothing for your pockets or clothes to snag on, and it's definitely a bit safer if you've got little kids running around. Plus, it's a win for cleaning. Fewer little crevices for grease and grime to get stuck in. Next, countertops. The big recommendation is to go with quartz over granite. So why? Well, quartz is non-porous. In simple terms, that means it's way harder to stain with stuff like red wine or turmeric, and it doesn't hold on to bacteria. It's also less likely to chip than granite, and you can get that really sleek, high-end look, often for a better price. Okay, what about appliances? Built-in or standalone? A hybrid approach is probably your best bet here. Sure, built-in ovens and microwaves look super sleek, but you gotta remember, most of us, when we move, we're bringing our big standalone fridge with us. And those built-in fridges, they're usually way smaller and way more expensive. So don't pay twice for a huge appliance. Just plan a dedicated space for the fridge you already own and love. And finally, and please listen to this, do not treat your electrical plan like an afterthought. You have to map out every single socket you'll need way back in the architectural drawing phase. I mean, really think about it. Where's the blender gonna go? The air fryer? The coffee maker? Do you need a socket on your kitchen island? Getting this wrong means you'll have ugly, annoying extension cords snaking all over your brand new counters. And even more importantly, high-power items like your microwave or an induction cooktop, they need different, heavier-duty wiring on their own dedicated circuits. This is to stop you from tripping the main breaker every time you try to make toast. Getting this right from the very beginning will save you so much money and so much trouble down the road. So, when you boil it all down, the ultimate takeaway here is about empowerment. It's about giving you the confidence to look at those trends you see online and question them. To design a kitchen that, yes, is beautiful, but more importantly, is built to serve the way you and your family actually live and cook. So the real question to leave you with is this.